Here you're ready for your dose of reality. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dr. Quack podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Quack, and
I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem, and today we're talking about the last show of 2020. Thank God.
yeah, that's right, TLC 2020. Oh my God. Now, if you've been following along here right now, I have 5 wins and 1 loss.
1 in 5, but I got 1.5 because I did predict correctly about the women's match, the 5-on-5 match.
He did. So, yeah, this is now our continuation here. You know, see who is actually on point here with the storylines and everything else as far as wrestling knowledge. So, you ready for this?
Do I have to be?
Yeah, well, it's what we do. So,
Yeah, I am the host, so I'm ready.
okay, that's always awesome. So here we go. The 5 matches that are put out there right now as of this date of recording. Okay? The first one here, women's tag team match. Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler taking on Asuka and Lana.
Yeah, just to clarify what he means by that, we're recording prior to the go-home show, which, kayfabe word of the day, home in wrestling term is the locker room. So take it home or go home means to end the match. And the go-home show is the last show before a pay-per-view. So we're reviewing prior to Raw's and SmackDown's go-home show. So there's going to be a lot of changes, which we're going to talk about here coming up. But that way, when we talk about we're before the go-home show, kayfabe word of the day.
That's right. There you go. The important one teaches again.
So, I predicted in our Survivor Series that before Royal Rumble would happen, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax were going to lose the tag team titles, and I think this is when it's going to happen. The match is not going to be great. It's going to be more of Lana looking like she doesn't belong out there. I think she's going to get the pin, and I even predict she's going to pin Nia Jax.
Wow. So that is a strong prediction. That one, it's going to be a tough match. I mean, I just, I hate to see that, the Queen of Spades would actually lose this match. Her and Nia Jax, both of them, lose this match.
This is going to lead to the two of them having a big match, either at Survivor or at a Royal Rumble or the next pay-per-view before WrestleMania. The two of them are going to be feuding.
But, somehow I just feel like they're going to win this. Asuka is going to go down. I can see this. They're going to lose this match, and somehow they're going to lose their titles towards the Rumble. I feel like they're going to let them hold it on for 1 more month. So I'm going to take Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler on this. I feel like, there's going to be some screwed up DQ, something like that. Some way they keep the titles.
Okay, yeah, I can see that point of it. Either way, Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are going to lose. He says it's going to be some kind of disqualification. I predicted the pinfall and the loss of the titles. But either way, we're on the same page on this one. This storyline is the...
Yeah, it's getting out there. Here we go. This is your favorite, I can tell. SmackDown's women's title here. Sasha Banks taking on Carmella.
In the Geico clap match of the night, this match is going to be a negative star classic.
If you got to use the bathroom, it's the time.
We've got Bocharella against Clayface. This match is not going to be nice. However, as much as I hate to say it, Sasha Banks is going to retain the title, and I think it's going to be a pinfall win.
Yeah, you could very well see that. I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting on that part. I'm going to go with you on that. I'm going to go Sasha Banks here. I don't see her dropping this. If she drops it, it's going to be at the Rumble. I don't see any major title changes really on this card so far.
Yeah, and I think this is the match that I'm going to have the mute on, and I'm going to be listening to the best of Tony Schiavone because I know at least he's better.
go. Going down the line, now this is a match I'm looking forward to. This is really the most important match to me on the card. And that would be The Fiend Bray Wyatt taking on Randy Orton. That has been an incredible storyline, by the way.
Much better than their House of Fire match, you know.
Yeah.
Alice Cooper sang a great song about House of Fire. Their match was not a great match about a House of Fire. That match was horrible. So I like the way they're going with this now. Now, as of right now, I don't think there's anything on. This is just a regular match, correct?
This is a regular match.
So with this being a regular match, I see this one ending probably in some kind of DQ or count-out win. They don't want to give away the card too much on this one or jump the shark by having Randy Orton win. I think the Fiend's going to go over, but I think it's going to be something along the lines of a disqualification that Randy Orton hits him with a chair or hits him with some other kind of object, and the Fiend laughs it off, and then at the end, when the Fiend tries to get revenge, he's going to pull Alexa Bliss in front of him, and that's going to set up something down the line for that. But I think it's going to be Bray Wyatt or the Fiend going over, some kind of disqualification, non-pinfall related.
See, I feel like because they've brought this into the storyline now. They're talking about Alexa Bliss being his possible weakness. Like the Fiend actually cares, you know. So I feel like she's going to be a factor in this. Somehow I see the Fiend coming out here with the mandible claw and just winning this match, because otherwise I feel like you're making the Fiend look weak.
I think that there won't be the pinfall. That's why I was saying the disqualification, and he basically no-sells the chair shots and sets up the big match at Rumble between the two of them, where the Fiend finally shows that he doesn't need, although he cares for Alexa, he doesn't need her, and he goes over.
So you're taking the Fiend in this?
I'm taking the Fiend by disqualification.
Okay, and I'm just taking the Fiend by straight pinfall here. Either way, I think we both see the Fiend coming out of this.
Yes.
Here we go. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. TLC match. Championship WWE.
Man. I will say I like this storyline. A lot of the WWE, even prior to all this pandemic stuff, has started to get a little watered down, a little sanitized. And although I'm not a big Roman Reigns fan, I like this story.
Yeah.
This is, I'm going to give all the credit on this one to Paul Heyman, the standing there behind him and leading it. You can tell Paul Heyman is really building this one. And I'm a huge Kevin Owens fan. I even like him as Kevin Steen, but he's not going to win this one. The hot story of Roman Reigns keeping the title, I don't predict he's going to lose it. I even think he'll hold on to it after Mania. It'll be shortly after Mania is when they pull the title off of him. But I think the win will not be clean. I think somewhere Jey Uso, maybe Jimmy Uso, maybe somebody else who's getting ready to be revealed as a mysterious person behind the scenes is going to help Roman Reigns secure the victory and maintain the title.
Yeah, I mean, I see Roman Reigns winning this. This is just no doubt. I don't see him dropping the title on TLC because they're setting up so many things according to all the predictors out there. He might be facing The Rock at WrestleMania. He might be facing Goldberg at WrestleMania.
I hope not.
You know, so many options out there. There was a tweet this week about Goldberg complaining that Roman Reigns has stolen his spear and how awful, that is for him. So, that he ducked his match at last year's WrestleMania. So it's going to be interesting to see what goes down there.
And Gold Turd stole the spear from other people, so shut up, Goldberg, stop it. You are not a tough guy.
Yes. Oh, my God. So yeah, I think we're both in agreement. Roman Reigns goes over top on here. Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles with his 8-foot bodyguard in a TLC match. Universal title.
This match could, and there's nothing on this one. This is right now a regular match, correct?
No, this is a TLC match.
Oh, this is a TLC?
They are both TLC championship matches.
I'm not an AJ Styles fan personally. I like his talent in the ring. I don't like him. I'm a big Drew McIntyre fan, and, well, I think I would like to see AJ Styles with another run, especially with the bodyguard. Right here, Drew McIntyre. And I think Drew McIntyre should not have laid down for Randy Orton. They shouldn't have set up that storyline. He should have stayed the champion. If he would have stayed the champion, I would see AJ Styles winning the title here. But because of the recent title change, it's going to be Drew McIntyre, and it will be clean.
All right. You want to know mine here? This is my big spoiler here. I predict AJ Styles is going to beat Drew McIntyre, and The Miz is going to cash in and win the championship. The Miz is going to end up coming out Universal Champion. That is my big prediction.
I forgot about the Miz holding that. I don't know if I can see it here, but that definitely, with the way you're doing it, that's the way I would book that. Is if you're going to have the AJ Styles go over, have the Miz immediately take it from him.
I just see it. He's got this briefcase. He's been showing it off for months. Just come on, go ahead and cash it in and win your title. I would love to see it because it'll be awesome. Because you love the Miz.
If AJ Styles wins, I'm going to steal one that I really don't like, but it's appropriate here. If AJ Styles wins, he's going to be correct that the Miz is going to cash in and is going to take the title.
Yeah, I love that saying. It's just too funny for me.
I don't, but it was appropriate in this situation. Because you're not wearing a seriously shirt.
That's right. I'm going for Jaws. I'm going for the kill here now.
All right. So when he brought this up to me, I came up with an idea of, because we don't know all the matches here, and we know there's going to be more than 5. So we sat and pondered some ideas, and I won out, so we're going to use my idea here of predicting 1 or 2 other matches that are going to appear on this card that haven't been announced as of this filming, and we're going to see if we can predict the answer. So I'm going to do 2, and you've got 1 or 2, and we'll do both for both.
You go right
and if
ahead.
the matches don't appear, they don't appear. But if they win, if they do appear, extra credit.
Yeah, you get an actual bonus point if they appear, and an extra point if the prediction is correct on who the winner is.
So since I announced it, I'll give you the honor since you're the co-host.
Oh, yeah, you want me to go with the 2 here?
Yes.
So this is my predictions of the 2 matches that you're probably going to see. This is just my guess. And I got one from Raw and I got one from SmackDown. Raw, I've got the Hurt Business coming in and beating the New Day and finally winning the tag team titles. That might be the one title that changes hands here because the Hurt Business really needs this championship. They've been losing the last couple weeks and they've been having their feud with New Day. It's time to pass the torch. My other one here, I've got Daniel Bryan versus Jey Uso because they've been setting up that rivalry pretty well. I'm going to take Jey Uso because he's got to prove himself to the head of the table. I just feel like this is going to be that kind of victory. So I'm taking the double heel here. I'm going Hurt Business and Jey Uso in their victories.
Very nice. It is possible to see the Hurt Business and the New Day on the show, on the card. And I agree with you there that the Hurt Business they're going to get their credit.
They might be pre-show, by the way, but either way, we're going to count that.
I wouldn't pick this one to be a pre-show. I would pick more the Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan to be a pre-show.
Could be. Yeah, one of those 2.
But the Hurt Business is starting to gain some momentum. People are actually starting to finally care, to include me, because I really didn't care up until about a few weeks ago.
I've been a long-time supporter of the Hurt Business.
But I think it would be a good win, and it would give the New Day a good boost of being chasers instead of being on top, which they do. They do some compelling television when they're chasing.
So wait a minute, we're not talking about my predictions. We're talking about your predictions. What do you got?
Well, I'm picking also that I think the Hurt Business is...
So you're going with me. We're both going the same there.
But I predict that if Jey Uso and Daniel Bryan happens, it'll be a schmoz. It'll be a no match.
Okay.
So now my 2 matches that I think are going to happen on the show, I've got Big E against Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title, And I think Bianca Belair against Bayley will appear on the card.
Who do you got winning those?
I have, in the Big E Sami Zayn match, I have Big E, but not by pinfall or submission. Sami just wrestled Big E, and he won by a count-out victory on the last SmackDown. So I see Big E reversing that and getting a win by pinfall or disqualification, or not by pinfall, but by count-out or disqualification, setting up the match for Royal Rumble where Sami Zayn loses the title. So, but I think Big E's going to win not by pinfall or submission. And as much as I'm not a big fan of Bianca Belair, I think the WWE is hot on her. So Bianca Belair with a clean win over Bayley, which will cause Bayley to start to either convert to becoming a babyface again, or her eventual push out the door because she is unhappy there.
The EST.
So what do you think? If those two matches happened, what would your predictions be?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to agree with you there. I think, yeah, I can see Bianca Belair going over on this. And it's been known. Bayley is not exactly thrilled being in the WWE. You know, of course, she's going to play it off on, you know, media sites, but it's been out there. So I can see something of that nature happening. But yeah, I mean, Sami Zayn and Big E, I would think Sami Zayn is going to find another way to win. He does the most cheesiest things that are just unorthodox and comes out with a victory.
I'm predicting more because they've put over that he cares more about the title than anything else. So that's why I'm saying he'd be willing to disqualify himself or get counted out so that he doesn't lose the title.
That's right. It's what it's all about, the championship.
So that's our prediction show. So you be watching that show and tell us how we did. Plus, follow the Dr. Quack podcast. Put your predictions on there. We'd like to know what you think as well.
That's right. And don't forget about the Quackies here. Quackies out here. We are voting here all the way up till January 2nd. There are at least 6 categories out right now. There might be a few more put out there today. And by the time this video comes out, you'll see a good bit. Make sure you vote. Make sure your vote counts. I'm Dr. Quack.
And I'm the important one, Mr. Mayhem. And we're telling you all, have a great Christmas and a Merry New Year.
That's right. Hey, hey, ho, ho, and I'm out.